Okay, guys. So we have come a long way in this 1.5, 2 months journey. We have talked about a lot of things in Java. Entire everything I have covered up for you. Just one or two topics are left that I'll be covering today. What is that? So in the last sessions, I have talked to you about your exception handling, your string concepts, and much more. That your assignments I have yet to given. I'll be providing you after this sessions. Okay. After today's session, I'll be providing the assignments for this your strings also and one more assignment. Okay. So let us talk about today what is that. I'll create one package and today we'll talk about things left regarding access modifiers. Hmm? Because I have not talked about that part. Access modifiers, what are these and how are they actually, uh, how you can actually access them. So what are access modifiers? Access modifiers means the capability to access a particular class, particular method, particular variable. So if you have known, if you have seen, public is something we have mostly used. You know, private is one thing we have used in encapsulations. Perfect. But we have never used default and protected. What are these and how you can access them within the class, outside the class, in same package, different package? Today we will be seeing, because obviously one interview question will be asked from there itself for sure. Okay. So I've created one package. Let me just create one class also. What is that? I'll create some car class so that we can better understand with the help of your some inheritance also in this case. So I've created a car class, and in this car class, guys, I'm creating what? Few variables: public, protected, your private, and your default also. Everything I'll create today. Okay, and then we will try to see how we can access them. So how to create a variables? It's simple. Public. I am creating some string as a name. Name of a car can be public. Okay, and second variable I'm creating some private variable. I am having int price as private variable. Okay, I am created one more variable. Now protected comes into picture today. Protected, and I am creating protected. It can be a model name. Okay, and I am creating one default variable also as a license number with a string data type. License number. That's it. Now I have not written anything before this string. So by default, Java understands that this is a default variable. If you don't write anything now, any access modifiers, either public, protected, private, before any variable, it will be considered automatically as what? A default variable. That's it. Okay. Okay. So this is the 4 access modifiers, guys, that we deal in Java, and that's more than sufficient for your automation test. So that's it. We have other types also, but that's not required. That is more than sufficient. Fine. Now let us try to create the object of car class and try to access these variables. How to create an object of car class? Simple. We have to have a main method, and I'm creating a car. C is equals to new car. That's it. Okay. And how can we access all these variables, guys? C dot name. See, if I really want to give a name, I can give a car as Audi, and I can do what? Your C dot price. I can also access this. I am saying it is 20 lakhs. Okay. The next what? I can access model also. I am saying it is having A1 model or something like this. And that's what? C dot license number. I am expecting it is having some A, B, C, and at the rate something like this. Okay. Okay. So that means within the same class, hmm, I can actually access all my access modifiers. Either it can be public, private, protected, and my what? Default. Can I print them? See this. If I really want to print what? This thing. So that's it. Okay. Let me just try to print it. Whether these variables are getting printed or also not. See, yes, I can print all my things. Your protected, private, public, and your default. Perfect. So within same class, guys, I can access everything. Okay. Now let us see one chart also, because that is really required, and people utilize this chart. What is this chart? We have different access modifiers in our Java. You know? We have default, private, protected, and public. So first of all, see, within same class, which I created a car class, guys, can you access everything? All your variables? I can access default, yes. Private, yes. Protected, yes. protected, and your public. Everything I can access in my same class, guys. Perfect. Okay. Now, what it is saying, second thing, same package subclass means I have to remain in the same package, but I have to create a subclass. How can we create a subclass? Obviously, we have to create the concept of inheritance, and I have to inherit this car properties. So can I create one child class here? I can have it anything, BMW or something like this, BMW. Okay, and this is my what? Child class. How to make it child class? I have to extend the properties of BMW class. Okay, guys, perfect. What is this thing? Cannot extend implement itself. Oh, what I am writing here. Fine. So this is my what? A BMW class, which is a child class, extending the properties of car class. Fine. Okay. Now we will see. Can we now access all my variables which are there, private, protected, public, and default in my parent class? How to do this? Now let us try to have a main method here and do what? Let me try to create BMW class object is equals to new BMW, and that's it. Now let us try to access all the variables of that where parent class. Because see, we have seen the concept of inheritance, guys. If we are inheriting all the properties, that means I can actually inherit all the variables also and all the methods also of my parent class. Or shouldn't I? Yes, I can. But let us see what all things I can access. P dot, first of all, name. Name is what? Public type. Perfect. I can access it. So I am saying name is BMW. Second is what? I am saying price. Can you access price, guys? No. I am not getting any suggestions from the price. Why? Price is private. And I told you in the encapsulations in the API automations also, POSO classes and multiple other ways. If you really want to access the private variables, data members, methods, you can only do within the same method, same class, sorry. Outside the class, you cannot access any of the private variables or the methods. So that means what? Same package subclass, I can access what? See, public, can access? Yes, I can access public. Can I access private? See, no, I cannot access private. But let us see. Default, what is that? I can access model number. Yes, I can access model. And I am saying A2. Can I access the license? License also I can access. See this? And I am saying it is having, E, F, G, and at the rate, and that's it. So I can access all these things. Can I print them? Let me see. If I can print them. C dot name plus, oh, not C, it's P dot name. I can access it. And if I really want to access my what? It's P dot model. I can access, and I really want to access what is that? P dot license number. But price, guys, I cannot access since it is specific to the private variable. Hence, it can only be accessed within the same class. See, protected, public, and default. The same thing it is written here. That within same package of child class, you can only access default. Yes, no private, yes protected, and yes public. So these three things you can access. Okay. Third is what? Same package, but non-subclass. What does that mean? That you have a same package, but you have to create one more class, guys. But that should not be the child class of your parent class. What should I do? Can I create one truck class? Obviously, truck cannot be a child of car. No, it cannot be. So I am creating a truck class. And that's it. No need to extend it. But now what is the concept? How can I access my properties from my car class? So let us try to, can I create object of my car class only here? Because obviously I cannot create a truck class object since I'm not extending the car class properties. So can I just create a car class object and can I see whether I am able to access few variables or also not? See, I created a car class object. We can do this in any way. In any class, in any package, we can do or create a different class object or not. Yes, we can create. But let us see. Car dot what? Name can access? Yes. So name can be accessed since it is public. I can access name. So I'm saying truck is a name. Okay. How about price? Can I access? No. No suggestions at all. Why? Because Same thing. First of all, price is private. I cannot access it. How about model? It is protected. See, can I access model? Yes, I can access the model. And I am saying truck 1 is a model, or truck A2, something like this, I can access. But how about now? What? Default? Default is what? It is license. Can I access? Hmm? See this? Within same package, non-subclass, guys. Yes, I can access default also, protected also, public also, but no private again. So private, I know now that it can never be uh, what fetched or accessed in any way that I have seen, because this is my class, which is a non-subclass of my parent class, and by the help of creating an object of my car class, I can actually fetch and access the properties of my what car class, all the variables except the private. Hmm? We can access everything except the what private variable. Understand in this way. Okay. Okay. Now let us do what. If you really want to print it, you can do that. But let it be car dot not price. It's name. I am writing, and I am writing colon. That's it. Your car dot what? Just model. That's it. Okay. Just to show that yes, it is working on model. So I can fetch all the properties. See, truck and truck. That's fine. I can fetch all the properties, or I can access all the access modifiers, private, protected, and public, except private. Sorry, except private, default, protected, and public can be accessed in your same package but non-subclass. Same package, subclass, same thing. No private, except everything I can access. Same package, same class. You can access everything. No issues. But let us try to go more deep. Fourth is what? Different package, subclass. What is this? I am creating one more package, guys, access modifiers to different package now. Access modifiers to and subclass. What subclass? Can I create one more um, class as what? Honda? Yes, Honda is also a car or no? Yes, it is also a car. So what it is saying that same different package but subclass. Subclass means that Honda has to extend my car. Huh? But see what error I am getting. Earlier I was not getting any error when I was extracting or extending my Audi or whatever it was BMW to my car class. But now I'm getting error. Why? See, it is saying that Nishant, since you are trying to extend the car class, which is present in my next or different package, first of all, you have to import that package only. See, import car from this package. This car class is coming from where? From which access modifier? This is the package not name.class name. See, now the error gone. Now can I create one more main method, one main method, and do what? Do same thing. Can I create a Honda object? Honda H is equals to new. Honda. That's it. Now the question is, what all things I can access? First of all, let me try to access the name. Name I can access, and I am writing Honda City. Okay. Second thing is what? Price. Can I access price? See, no suggestions. So that means private. Obviously, I cannot access. Third is what? Model. Can I access? Yes, model I can access. I am writing city. Okay. Model is what? It is protected. That means you can also access protected and public in your different package but subclass. But how about default? Will you be able to access the default? See, license name. No, nothing is there. I cannot access any license name. So, what do you understand? That in your different package but subclass, you cannot access the private variables, you cannot access the default variables. Only two things you can access, that is what? Your name, which is your public, and model, which is your what? Protected. Now, come here, or otherwise I'll just, first of all, I am saying h dot name, h dot model, that's it. Just try to print it. These are what? Public and protected. So except this, I cannot access any modifiers if I'm having a different package but a subclass. See, different package but subclass. Default, not. Private, no. Protected and public, yes. Okay. One more thing is left. What is that? Different package, but non-subclass. What is that? I am having a different package, but let me try to create another class. What is that? I am creating a cycle class, guys. Okay? Cycle is a car, or it is coming from the car class? No. I cannot extend cycle with a car. No. So let us keep it different only, separate only. That this is my cycle class, which is present inside my a different package, which is an access modifier 2. Perfect, guys. Okay. ठीक है. How to access all the variables from your car class? First of all, I need a main method. ठीक है. What else I need? I need a car. I am creating one more object of car class is equals to new car. That's it. ठीक है. Coming from where? Just a second. Not class concepts. Just a second, guys. Let's import the wrong package. I really want to import what? Which package? I want to import access modifiers. So I really want to import the car class from where? Access modifiers.car. Okay. Now, what all things I can access? C dot name. Let me see name. Yes, I can access. This is my cycle. Rest what? C dot price. Obviously, I cannot because why? It is a private. No suggestions. Model. It is protected. Can I do it? No. Now, in this case, different package, non-subclass, I cannot even access the protected guys. How about license? License is a default. Can I do that? No. Only one thing. What is that? My name. Since name is a public and public means you can access a public variable or a method from anywhere within the class, same package subclass, same package different class, outside different package subclass and different package no not subclass. See, different package non-subclass, what all things you can access? Default, no. Private, no. Protected, no. Only one thing that you can access is what? Public. Okay, guys, understood? So this is how the access modifiers have the capabilities from where all you can actually access all these things. Same thing. You can do what? With, I just created variables. If you really want to create multiple methods also, you can create it. Will you be able to do? Okay, just try to test it at your end. Otherwise, I'll help you out. Okay, now, see, I'm just giving you a quickly thing. I won't access it, but I really want to check how all you can just do it. I'm saying public void, come on, test one method, and test one method is saying what? It is a public method. That's it. I'm creating 3 more methods with protected, private, and default. Okay, and one more thing. That's it. Okay, public. I can have a private method also, guys, but with a different name. Obviously, I can have a test2 method, and what? I can have a protect. So in this way, you can create the different methods. And how about the default? Need not to give anything. By default, will be considered as what? A default method. That's it. That's it. So I'm just writing the name here also. Private method. And this is what default method. Okay? Now try to access it in the similar way. Obviously, it is going to work for your methods also. Everything remains same, guys. Either you have a variable or you have a methods. Access modifiers concept remains the same. Try to do the same thing once at your end. Creating 2 packages, 1 and 2, subclass, non-subclass, and it should work fine for you. Okay? Fine. Now let us see some overriding case also with this modifiers. Okay? What I do, let us see concept of overriding case in the access modifiers also. And I'm creating one. I'll just remove this out. Creating another package, guys. What is that? Okay. Whatever name you want to write, you can write it. I'm just writing my package. Anything you can give. That's not an issue. Now, what I want in this case, in this also, I am having what? One car class. Perfect. And I am having 3, 4 methods inside this. First of all, let me create one default method. It is a start method, guys. Okay. And this is what? Car class start default method. And let me create one more method, which is private. And I am creating one stop method. That car can actually have a stop method also, obviously. Car class private stop method. I can have protected void and refuel method. Let us consider one refuel method is also there. Protected, sorry. Okay. And this is one my refuel method, which is what? A protected one. Protected. Control Shift F. Okay. What is this? Protected car class refuel method. Okay. And one more method, which is a public void, and I am writing it as auto parking feature. This is public. If you really want to override it, you can do that. I'm just writing auto parking feature. Okay. Okay. Now what we have to do? I told you, let us talk about the overriding case. How we can override? Obviously, I have to have one child class, which is actually extending the properties of a car class. Hmm? Let us create one similar class, BMW, Audi, or Honda, whatever you want to do. I'm creating one BMW class. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I am going to extend the car class properties. Okay, that's it. And let us create a main method, or not main method, because we have to see the overriding. So we have to check whether I can actually override all my different methods, either public, protected, private, and default. Hmm? Okay. So let us see. Can I first of all access my or override my public method? What to do for overriding? Just paste it. Same thing. But I have to write here BMW car, BMW class auto parking feature. But how to check whether I'm able to actually override it or not? I have to provide some annotation. Override. Yes or no? Then only I'll be able to make sure that yes, it is overridden. So yes, public method, guys, can be overridden. Perfect. Okay. Then how about protected method? Let me just try to override this also. This is a refuel method coming from the car class, but I really want to override this also. So this is what? This is BMW. Okay. Let me just try to write the same annotations here also. Now we will see whether I am able to access or override the protected method. So guys, we can access and override the protected method also in two ways. How? With the help of that same access modifier, or if you really want to override the protected method, you can also provide an access modifier as public here. No issues. It will be considered as an overridden method. That's the concept. So protected method, you can override in two ways, either providing the access modifier in your child class as protected or public. Public method, you can access only one way in the child class, that is your with the help of your public keyword only. But protected method, you can actually access or override in two ways, writing the protected and writing the public. Okay. Third thing is what? Can we access private? Huh? Can we access? No, not possible at all. Why? Because obviously I told you first of all, you cannot override the private method, guys, and you can only access them within the same class. So right now I am not getting any error. But see, as soon as I write this override, see this, I start getting an error. Saying what? This method stop of type BMW must override or implement a super type method. Means it cannot override what? A private method. But this is what? This is considered as an individual method of what? My BMW class, guys. Hence, I told you previously also, private methods cannot be overridden. You can have a individual methods in your child classes, but that cannot be overridden. As soon as you are writing the override annotation, it is going to give you an error. So you can only have what? Individual methods are private, same name, but you cannot override them. That's a restriction, pure restrictions on the private things. How about default now? Let us see. What is the default? I can access it or not. First of all, see. Yes. Let me just try to do it and check how I can check. Override. That's it. Yes, I can override my default methods. In how many ways? In 3 ways, guys. Since my method is default in my parent class, I can access it with the same modifier with a default. I can access with a protected also, and I can override with the help of public also. That's it. So in 3 ways, I can actually override my default modifier methods. What? Default, protected, and public. That's it. Understood, guys? Hmm? I hope the concept is clear. Huh? Okay, this was a small concept. Access modifiers. Fine. Let's talk about something different now. Let's talk about something data conversions. How can you do the data conversions? That is still left. Something is left. I'll talk about because that is usually required in case of your Selenium and automation frameworks when you will be converting your one type of data to another type. And I'll tell you what I'm saying. Let me just try to create a package. Data conversion. That's it. And I'm writing one class as an employee class. Employee class. I think a main method. Okay. Now that's a simple thing, not a very big deal. We have covered most of the big things already. But one last topic that I'll be sharing up with you, that's a big deal. Okay, but fine, that's fine. That's a small simple thing. What is this? I am doing, see, I am writing this string x is what? String x I am writing as 100. So guys, 100 is what? 100 is my integer number. Okay? But still I have written inside my string. Can I write all my anything in my string? Yes. In double quotations, whatever value you have, alphanumeric, numeric, special characters, spacing, numerics, you can write anything inside the strings. That's the beauty of a string. But tell me what I should be getting here. This is a question. Whether I'll be getting 120 or what? See this, the concept is already shared with you in the first 2 sessions. What should I be getting? I should be getting 10020. Why? Because string is a concatenation. You are concatenating a string with a number. That's why it cannot directly be added. So I'm getting 10020. Perfect. But how about if we have some use case that Nishant, you really want to convert your string value, which is in pure numeric format, to the integer one? How can I do that? Is there any method? Yes, we have a method. What is that? So we have, with the help of wrapper class, integer dot parseInt method is there. Can you see, guys? First method, integer dot parseInt method is taking what? A string. So can I give the string? Yes, I can give the x string. And what it is returning? See, it is returning me the int type. So obviously I have to store the same in my int here. Now can I try to test the same thing? Now x has become, but not x, I have to write value here. Now value has become what? Probably integer. Now it should be giving me what? 10020 or 120. See this. Now I am getting what? 120. Why? Because my value, which was in a string format earlier, has now been converted to what? My proper integer format, and I can do any calculations on that now. Hmm? But let us see one more thing. If I am having string y is equals to this $200. Okay? Same thing. If I want to say, can you do this thing for me? Means x, sorry, x not y plus 20. What should I be getting? Obviously something like this, dollar and 20. See this. See, $200 20, yes. But question is, can we convert the same to my numeric with the help of this string.parseInt method? Let us see. And I have to pass it string what? Why? Where should I store it? This integer.parseInt method expects me to return value of int type. So I have to store again in my value 2, and I am saying this is. But see, guys, tell me what should I be getting here? what value I should be getting here. Now, or value 2, whether I'll be getting 220 or what, something like this, or what? Is my value that got converted is a pure integer? No, that's alphanumeric. It consists of some special characters and it consists of some value also. See what issue you'll be getting, guys. You'll be getting some exception. That is what? A number format exception. Highly used in the interviews. That tell me, Nitin, what is a number format exception? So you have to tell them whenever we are trying to convert some alphanumeric values from the string to the integer format, na, that time we get some number format exception. Obviously, you have to get. It is not a pure integer number. How can we expect it? How to resolve it? First of all, you should not use this one. But even if you are using this one, how can we resolve this, guys? I've told you one method. Can we use a string method? Not here, but can I use a string method and say in this way, y dot replace method, and replace what? Just a second. Replace method, replacing my dollar with what? I can replace my dollar with nothing. That's it. And I can store the same value in my y again. Now can we check it? Because now my dollar has been replaced with nothing. So I should be getting 200 here. So 200 will be a string. Here again I will be getting C. Now dollar will be removed. See, first of all, I am getting 220 dollar removed. Yes, because of the replace method. And my string becomes a pure integer. Why? Because of integer dot parseInt. So in this way, guys, you have to be logical. You have to think how we can solve the problem. Okay, because problems are there, na? So solution are also there for that. In the similar way, we have different method, guys, for different data types. If you really want to convert your string to double, can you do it? Yes. Let us see. I'm saying string prices 12.33. Okay. And okay, I have to do it in this way. How to convert this string to double? First of all, see this. If I'm printing price with 20, what should I be getting? Since it's a string value, I should be getting something like this 12.3320. See this 12.3320. Perfect or not? But how about if I can convert this thing? Same thing. Double dot pass double method is there. And I can provide the string value. And where should I store it, guys? Obviously a double variable. Double uh, value 3. See this. Now can I just print it again? And here I am writing what? Value 3. Now see what I'll be getting. Now I am doing what? Addition of my one float or a double variable value with what? Integer. So in this way, guys, this is really, really helpful. So try to test it with other ways also. You can convert anything. You can convert a string to Boolean also. How? See this. If you are having some string value flag as true here, can you convert it to Boolean? Yes, you have a method. Boolean dot parse Boolean. See this. Okay. Where should be storing it? Inside Boolean. And if I am saying Boolean, that's it. And if you really want to compare that, if your f, okay, if your f is true, that means what? Pass. Let us check it. If my f is true or not. Yes. See, I'm getting pass. Why? Because my f is true. It's a Boolean value now. Hmm? Okay. So in this way, guys, we have multiple methods. Double dot pass double, integer dot pass integer, float dot pass float, multiple methods. So try to test the same at your end. Okay, few I have told. Now, let us see one more thing. As we have your string to different data types, do we have something from different data types to string also? Yes, we have that also. So can I write int to string concept. Yes, let us write it. What is it? If I'm writing int final amount is equals to 200, okay, and I really want to convert it to my string value, how should you do it? See, this only single method. String dot value of method is there, and you can just give the final amount. That's it. And where should you store it? Obviously, it will be returning me a string value only. So I am saying string amount. That's it. That's it, guys. Now, can you print the string? Yes, I can print the string directly in this way. See this? Getting or not? Yes. So in this way, guys, you can also convert your any primitive data type to string. If you really want to test it for the double also, double to string, you can do it. Yes, no issues. How? Same thing. Or I'll take rather double and t is equals to something like the 12.33. That's it. Again, what is the value? What is the same thing I have to do? String dot value of method and t. I have to store it inside where? String value 4 I am writing. That's it. Okay. Do you have any boolean to string? Yes, I have. How? If I'm having some boolean value, boolean b is I'm saying true. Can I convert it to a string? Yes. String dot value of method is there, guys. Again, I have to print the b, and I can store the same inside my string. I can write value 5. That's it. See, and I can print the same value 5. That's it. Similar way, you can actually convert your anything from the primitive data type, the string classes, and from a string to what? Your primitive data type. Got that? Hmm? Okay. But what are the uses of these wrapper classes, guys? What are the wrapper classes? You have seen all these things. I have not used a smaller int. No, I've used integer, and bigger integer, and all these things. Why? Because wrapper classes have their own advantages. First of all, you have seen we have used inside where array list concept when I was providing what generics type as a wrapper class. So in that case, I use wrapper classes. Second thing is what? Second case, when I really want to convert some values from the string to my primitive data type, I have to use the what? Wrapper class. Sorry, wrapper classes. Yes. Second use case. What is third use case? Hmm? So two use cases are I can uh, use the strings, sorry, wrapper classes for data conversion, wrapper classes for my generics providation in the array list and all these things. And third is what? If you really want to get some ranges, see, if you really want to provide the range or check the range of a particular int or byte or short, how can you do this? Simple. See, so, and I am saying integer dot. What is that? Maximum value. So you will be getting the maximum value, minimum value from here also, guys. We have already learned now all these things. See, this is the one. If you remember, how about byte? You can do with the help of C. Same thing. You have to, sorry, you have to use byte. See, so you have to use the wrapper classes. See, it is a maximum value 127. Yes or no? Yes. So for printing some values, ranges, and all these things, you can use a wrapper classes. So there are multiple advantages. Okay, fine, clear. Okay, guys, cool. This was another smaller topic I really want to cover up with you. Because see, you'll be getting so many things, so many examples in case of a Selenium when you really want to convert. You want to use your string classes also, some wrapper classes also, data conversions. At that time, you will be remembering me. Okay, let us do what? Let us take one more best and the really important part today is that your what? Collections. We have not talked about the collections. Only one thing we have talked about the collections is that what? Array list. But rest of the collection, let us talk about today. Okay? So I'm creating one collections interface, not interface as a package for you. Collections concept. Okay? Finish it. And I'll write what specifically I write about map concept. ठीक है? Or hash map, you know, specifically map concepts. I'll just have a main method. ठीक है? Okay, perfect. First of all, see from the slides, guys, what I'm talking about. I have already created one slide for you. I'll just slide show it. Understand what is the hierarchy of collection. What is a collection framework? So collection framework are the framework, guys, which is used to store the multiple data type. So there are a lot many ways you can store the lot of data which is of different data types. Okay? And based upon the requirement and the feature, you can use any of these collections. This is also the next most important interview question being asked. Okay? First of all, understand. You have to understand and learn the entire hierarchy. What is this? Collection is an interface. It is in red. Can you see interface red? All red are interface. Blue are the classes. So collection is an interface. In this collection interface, guys, this is being extended by 3 more interfaces. I am following the parent-child relationship or not? Yes. So one interface is being extended by the another interface. So I have 3 interfaces, list, queue, and set, that is extending the collection interface. Okay? Let's forget about the queue because it's not really required for an automation engineer. We really don't use it. But let us talk about today list and set and maps. What is list? So guys, understand, if you really want to store your values, your data in the indexing format, in the ordered way, and you really want to maintain the insertion order in whatever order you have stored your values, you really want to get the values, fetch the values in that way only. For that case, you have to use the list. And inside list, can you see this? All these lists, multiple classes are coming. These are blue or what? Classes. Array list is also a class that we have already discussed. Coming from where? Extending or implementing the list interface. Similar way, linked list is also a class. In similar way, vector is also a class and stack is also a class. Okay. Array list we have already talked about. Linked list, nothing much to talk about. It is a similar functionality that if you really want to store your values in the what insertion order maintenance, you have to use the list concept. Linked list just maintains the noding concept. Means one node will be connected to the another node. That's it. Otherwise, the values are stored in the similar way array list is actually storing. Okay. Sets I'll talk about little later, but let us talk about the maps today. What are maps? Map is also an interface since it is in red, but map is not a direct child of a collection interface, guys. It is a separate interface, not coming under the hierarchy of collection. So you have to tell the interviewers that maps are the interfaces, which is a separate interface, not under the collection interface. But you have to learn this. What all classes are implementing the map interface? I have a hash map, very important class, linked hash map, and hash tables. Hash map is the best used concept that I'll be telling you about the internal working also about the hash map and today how we can actually store the value inside the hash map. Okay. Then we have one more interface coming as a sorted map, extending the map interface only. And then we have one more class as tree map coming from my sorted map. So guys, this architecture structure you have to remember, learn, do whatever you, but you have to remember it anyhow. Okay? You have to do it. I know because I have talked a lot about this in multiple sessions again and again, and I have utilized also in my automation frameworks multiple times. But for you, since you are new to this, if you know, it's good. Otherwise, learn it. Okay? Lists are for what? List is basically for storing my values in the maintaining the insertion order. Like if I'm storing the values at the 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, in the same way, it is going to store the values. Okay? List can also allow the duplicate elements to be stored. It can also allow some null values, 0 values to be stored. Okay? But let us see first of all map today. Map is what? So guys, understand if you have what should I tell? First of all, understand the concept of a map. Hash map. Okay? Well, we'll talk about today about the hash map and something about the tree map also because this is really required and important. Hash map is coming from where? It is extending or implementing the map interface. Okay. So first of all is what? I can write few points about the hash map. Hmm? Hash map is implementing the map interface. Okay. Second thing is what? Hash map does not follow the indexing order or the insertion order. Means in whatever way you're trying to store the values inside the hash map, na, in different way it is going to print the output for you. Okay. So it doesn't maintain the insertion order like your what? Array list. Okay. Third is what? Hash map stores the value in key and value format. I'll tell you about how it is that key and value format. Hmm? Understand. What is the key and value format? So guys, if you have some format or you really want to fetch the values from some e-commerce website, something like this, in this way, that you have a name and you have a product that is added to the cart. Okay? And I am talking about now the product qualities, what this product is all about. So what is the name of this product? I am saying it's a MacBook. Okay? Then I am talking about this product is a brand of what? Apple. Hmm? And next I am talking about this product is what? It's in stock or not? I can just write it down in this way. In stock. Next what? I can talk about the price. Hmm? It is $100. And is it available or not right now? I am writing a boolean here. So inside this, I have taken what? Some key and values. These are the keys. These are my values. What is the key? Name is the key, brand is the key, stock is the key, price is the key, available is the key. And all these keys are having different values. I can have a boolean value, a price, int value, string values, and all these string values. So I can have multiple values. So can I store anything? Yes, you can store it anything. But how to store, guys? So array list you have already seen. Array list was a class. How to create a class object? Simple. With the help of new keyword like array list. Okay. And reference variable is equals to new array list. Parenthesis. That's it. How to create a hash map object or a class via class? How? See, you have to write hash map and control shift, and you have to import it from where? It is coming from indirectly java.util package, guys. Now, what is key and v? K is expecting me to give the key and V is expecting me to give the value. So tell me, what is the data type of the key here? Is it data type I am asking what of the key? Name, brand, stock, price available. Is it string, float, what? Name is a string, brand is a string, stock is a string, price is also a string. Not the value I'm talking about. Only the key. Key is of what? A string data type. So I have to provide that Nishan. I will be giving some key, which is all my string type. But tell me, what are the values? I am having values of a string type, price of int type. I am having some values of boolean type also. So what should I use as an value here? Which data type? I've talked about in array list concept, guys. Can I have an object? Because object can store everything. Perfect. Now I'm creating what? One reference variable and new keyword and again hash map. That's it. That's it. So I created a hash map reference variable and object of it, having a key in a string name. Object is whatever value you can really store it. Okay? Now, how to insert the values inside my hash map? See, I have to use my reference variable map dot put function is there. See, can you see this? It is expecting me to Nishant give a key and a value. Yes, I have a key and a value. What is that? So I am having a key as name. Okay, and I am having a value as what? It is MacBook. That's it. What else? I am having a key as what? As my brand, and I am having a value as what? Apple. Okay. Next what? I am having a key as what? Price. Okay. See. and I am having a price of what, 100? Yes, I can paste it here because I can edit anyway, anything. Hmm? Then next, what I have, map dot, I have a stock, and I'll write it again, put, and I say, are you in stock? So I am saying yes, in stock. Okay. That's what I have, one more functionality, that is availability. I am saying put, again put, what is a key? I am having available, and value is what? I am saying its value is true. It's a Boolean value. That's it. So in this way, guys, I can actually store all my values inside the hash map. Okay. If you have all the values in a string, you can just directly take a string here. If you have all the values in int, byte, short, long, you can just take in this way only. But take the generics and the wrapper classes. Now, how to fetch the value? Hmm? So in array list, what method I have? Dot get method. In the similar way, if you really want to fetch any value, I have a get method here also. But I have to pass the key name, because with respect to that key only, guys, I'll be fetching the value. How? I am saying map dot get. See, it is asking me what? That Nishant, you have to give me a key. What key? I am saying, tell me the value of stock. So tell me, guys, where should I store it first of all? I have taken a data type of object type. Shouldn't I store it inside the object only? And I am saying object, and I should get a value. That's it. Can I try to print it? See, I'm printing the value. I am directly printing the value. See this, whether I'm getting able to get the stock also or not. Yes, I'm getting the stock value by fetching with the help of that key name. Key is what is stock. In the similar way, I can write the brand also, and I can just directly print the value of brand. What is that? It's Apple brand. See, in this way, I can actually fetch each and every value singly. But how to fetch all the values? Hmm? See this. I talked about an array list. Uh, if you really want to fetch entire array list, what do you have to give? You have to just directly give the reference name. Can I give here also? What is the reference name? It is map. See, I'm yes giving my reference here. See, price 100, name MacBook, available true, stock in stock, Apple brand. But tell me one thing, am I able to fetch the values in the same way I inserted? See, guys, what value first of all I inserted? Name MacBook. But whatever first I'm getting, price. Second is what? Brand. Second, what I'm getting? Name. That is what I really want to say. That hash map does not follow the concept of insertion order, but array list does. Okay? Okay, fine. Can we check about the duplicacy? Can we add a duplicate methods, or sorry, duplicate values to it, or duplicate keys to it? Checking duplicacy. How to do it? If I really want to add one more value, map dot put, okay, and I am saying you do price again, but now I'm saying 2000. So tell me, will one more value be get added, or the price will be updated with the 2000, guys? Hmm? So at compile time, I don't have any issues. Okay, but I can only add the price key na single time. Means I cannot add price, no, multiple times. No, nothing, not possible. Why? It is going to take the updated value. See, now what is the value of price? If I really want to again print this entire thing, what is taking the price value? See, guys. See, can you check? The price is 2000 lines, but only price one time, not duplicate times. So hence this tells that Nishant, you cannot store keys duplicate times. Duplicate is not there at the keys level. So what is the fourth point? Not allowed. Hmm? Okay, perfect. Now we'll see one more thing. Some more thing about it. Can we add duplicate values? Yes, we can add the duplicate values. It doesn't have anything. No issues. Hmm? You can edit anytime. How? if I'm saying what, you have one more key, and I'm saying map dot put, and that is your some um something, it can be address or country of origin or wherever this particular product belong from. I'm writing country, and I'm writing, just for time being, I'm saying it's Apple again. Okay, just want to show whether I can have duplicate values or not. So, so guys, duplicate values are allowed. That's not an issue. If I really want to print the map again, see, I can just have this duplicate values multiple times, no issues. See, I can have Apple and Apple. I can have multiple values, but with the different keys. Single key, if you really want to check it again and again, it is going to update the values, because duplicate keys are not allowed. Okay, but values are allowed duplicates. Okay, okay, fine. How about the null keys? That is also a really important concept. Can we have null keys here? Huh? See, if I really want to map dot put some null key, I'm saying key is null, but my values again duplicate. It is again Apple. Can I have this? So guys, yes, one time null key is allowed. But if you really want to put null key again, not allowed. Why? First of all, duplicacy will be there because of the two null keys, and only one null key is allowed. See, I can have null keys also. But null keys values will always be printed in the first go. Every time if you have a single null key in your entire map now, that will be printed at the top. And then other elements are going to be printed. Okay? So what is the next concept? That I can have null keys are allowed. Only one time. Perfect. How about null values? Hmm? You can have it any number of times, whatever you want to do it. No issues. Huh? See this. If I really want to say that your, see, brand is also null, understand? And your name is also null. Can you do this? Yes. You can have multiple time null values. It's not an issue. But null key should be only there single time. See guys, null, name null, and again is what? Brand null. Nothing is there. But null keys are always printed at the top. See, understood? So what are this? You can have null keys and multiple duplicates values and null. Yes. And multiple duplicate values. That is another concept. Hmm? Okay, guys, understood? These were the functional and some coding concepts. Fine. Now, again, one more really, really important interview questions coming for you. What is that? Understand. So let us understand in this way. Should I tell you? Okay. What if I'm saying that I'm again printing one hash map, and in this I am providing a string as a key, but I am having integer as a value. Okay. And I'm saying some user map is equals to new hash map again. Just a second. User map. That's it. Okay. Inside this user map, what I'm adding, I'm saying user map. You do put some values like I have some student names. Tom, they are having 100 value. And I am saying user map. Similarly, you put for Sonali also. I have one Sonali name that is having 200. In the similar way, I am saving user map dot put. What is that? I am having Ravi 300. Okay. And I am having one user map dot put. That is what I am having Shweta. One more name. I am having Shweta and I am seeing 400. And let us take one more thing. What is it? Null. And null key and null value. Okay, fine. Okay, just a second. Okay, so what I was saying that I have created a user map. That's a hash map only. Okay, and that hash map is consist of multiple values, some users along with their values. Okay, so I am saying at last I am having one more value as about null. Null is my key and zero is what? My value. So this is the entire hash map I created for what? String, key, and integer values. Perfect. Now let us see, guys, today very important thing. That is your what? Internal working of an hash map. So in the array list concept, I've already told you about internal working of an array list, but today let us talk about the internal working of an hash map. Okay, understand now. What is that? Just a second. Let me come here and just give me a second. Mm-mm-mm. Just a second. I have stored already here in my some. Nishant is there. Automation trainings, Selenium automation. Just a second. Yes, internal working of hash map. I've already created a diagram for you. See this. Can you see this, guys? Internal working of an hash map. I'll make you understand. See, as soon as I'm writing this first line, hash map string integer is equals to user map and is equals to new hash map integer string and integer. What will happen inside the memory? So guys, as soon as I'm writing this thing now, internally it is going to generate this block for me. How many segments? So I told you in array list, I got 10 virtual segments. But what about this in hash map? I will be getting 16 virtual segments. Highest index is 15, lowest index is what? 0. Okay? So in this way, first of all, as soon as I'm writing this first line, at the same time, your entire hash map is going to create internally with a memory of 16 segments, virtual segments. Okay? As soon as I'm writing the values here, user map.put Tom, Sonali, Ravi, Shweta, and all these things, what it is going to do? Is it going to enter or put my values at the index level? No. I already told you that indexing is not getting followed. Then how it is getting stored here? All the values. See, guys, this is an important concept. What is this? If I'm using this put method, so that means that put method is expecting two things from me, key and value. So internally, this should be working somehow in this way. See this, key and value. So key I'm giving Tom, value I'm giving 100. So what happened, guys? What it does internally, Java, it actually creates a hash code of this key. Tom key, it created a hash code. Hash code is what? An encoding mechanism. Okay? It created at its end only. So let us consider hash code for Tom is created at 90989. Okay? Then it is going to generate one index for me. Default or not default, dynamic index. How? It will take a modulus of this hash code, plus it is going to do some arithmetic operations, and then let us suppose it finds out the third index. So what will happen? This Tom value is going to get at a third index. See, it consists, this segment, third index segment consists of three things: hash code, key, and the value. In the similar way, if I talk about Shweta, for Shweta also, it is going to internally convert one hash code for the Shweta key. What is this hash code? Let it be 98765. And it is then going to take a modulus of this 98765 plus some arithmetic operations. Okay? And then it is going to generate some index. In similar way, it is going to generate the indexing for my Naveen, your Parul, and other things. Okay? And then it is going to generate some values and provide the values here. But I told you what? Null keys are always stored at the 0th index, at the first value. So null keys are going to go where? At my 0th index. But all my other values, guys, are going to stored where? At different indexes based upon the hash code and the index this hash map is actually generating internally. That is really asked in the interviews. But question is what? That Nishant, can we have same index being assigned to multiple keys also? Yes, definitely. There can be chances that for Tom also, for Shweta also, you can have the similar index. Then what will happen? Is my values going to be overlapped? No. Why? Because I have already given you some specific key, some different keys. So chance of overlapping is not there at all. But how then my values are going to be stored, guys? So what will happen, guys? This same third index is going to create a sort of a linked list with what? With my another what? Segment created parallelly. Not a separate segment, no, but a separate segment created parallelly, which is being linked with this previous segment at the same index. So can you see this? Let us suppose if I am having multiple values being created at the third index, guys. Okay, this one, Tom, Shweta, Naveen, and all these things. I can have multiple values being there at the single index, at third index. But all the values, all these segments will be connected internally with the help of a linked list. Okay. Okay. But that can only happen till the seventh position, seventh index. Okay. After seventh index, entire values, all the values are going to be converted in some sort of a binary tree. That you need not to understand what is binary tree and all these things. But I'm just like talking about the internal working of this hash map because it is really required. Okay. So this is what called when you have the same index values being assigned to multiple keys values, this is called as collision internally in Java. And this can happen at any position. At fifth index also you can have multiple values. At sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, any index you can have multiple values. That's a concept of collision. But at the time of fetching, see, if I'm trying to fetch my values, guys, here, okay, how the values are getting fetched. See, if I'm writing again this, you really want to print the entire map, and I'm saying user hash map, print the values. See how it is going to print the values. First of all, obviously, null index value is going to come first. Then Tom, Shweta, in an haphazard manner. But how? See this, guys. If I'm saying fetch the value of what? Shweta, what will happen? Again, internally, Java is going to create one hash code for Shweta again. Okay. And then again going to do some modulus operator on this hash code. Then add it with some arithmetic operation. Then again it is going to get that yes, Nishant, I got again the third index. So now it has two things: the key and the indexing position from where it has to fetch the values. Since the key is only Tom or Shweta, it is not duplicate, guys. So from this index, third index, it is going to fetch the Shweta's value and not any other value. Fine. So this is how the internally the hash map is actually working while put, adding the value, and while getting the value. Though we can have collisions at the time of put, but at the time of get only, it is actually checking the two things. First of all, index, it has to come as common only, third index only. Okay? And then the key. We have the key as a what? A distinct key, a different key, not a duplicate key. Yes or no? Yes. That's why duplicate keys are not allowed. So with the help of key, which is Shweta, and at the indexing position, it is going to get the value what? 400. Understood, guys? So this is the internal concept of my hash map. That as soon as I'm writing this line, similarly, hash map string integer is equals to new hash map string integer, it is going to create what? 16 segment virtual memory internally. But question is, Nishant, if I am going to fill up all this memory from 0 to 15th index, how many more indexing or segments are going to be created? Same thing. Load factor remains same as your array list. It is what? Hmm? Physical capacity by 2. So 7 more virtual segments are going to be created again. ठीक है? Got that? Hmm? So this is what interviewers will be asking to you for sure. Okay, so I've just given a high level view, guys. In the similar way, you have to tell them. If you're going to tell them in this way, na, believe me, you are good to go. Okay, okay, I've talked about the hash map. Let us take few more things because hash map was a majorly really important part. Internal working and all these things. What is linked hash map, guys? Hmm? So linked hash map is actually linking same thing. Nodes, one node with another node. In the same, I told you about this thing. This is a noding only. Multiple nodes are there, na? So linked hash map does what? Hmm? Let us check it out. If I'm saying I'm trying to how to first of all create a what object of linked hash map, and linked hash map is implementing what? See, linked hash map is also implementing the hash your map interface. So it is also coming from the map. So can I do in this way? Linked hash map and copy and same thing. That's it. And I really want to implement it also. That's it. Now see, what is the difference here? If I'm really going to print my values now, see this thing. Is there any difference? Yes, there is a difference. What is that? Can you understand the difference? Linked hash map is actually following the insertion order. See, Tom, Sonali, Ravi, Shweta, and null. It is not taking null at the first hand. No. That's why, guys, if you really want to follow the insertion order also, but you have some keys and values pair to be stored, store it inside the linked hash map and not the only hash map. Okay? Perfect. Let us see one more thing. What is tree map? It is coming from sorted map. That means if I'm going to implement the tree map, that means something I'll be getting in the sorting order or not. Yes. See this? What it is that? So if I'm first of all converting this thing to my not hash linked hash map, let me just rewrite this only tree map, and similarly tree map, and control shift O to implement. Okay. Now understand same thing. I have Tom, Sonali, Ravi, Shweta, and null. What I'll be getting first of all, see this, and what restriction tree map has. See, tree map is saying I cannot accept anything null. That means null keys are not at all allowed. Where? In my tree map. Hash map can have null keys. Okay, guys, this is really important. You cannot have null keys inside the tree map. So let us just try to add one more thing. Uh, dot put, and I am saying one more name is there, Faisal, and I am putting some values as 500. Now let us see. And now you will understand one more difference here. Tom, Sonali, Ravi, Shweta, Faisal. So in linked hash map, I was getting in the same order. Okay? But now let us see in the tree map. For tree map, just told me that you cannot have the null keys. Now see one thing. In what order I am getting these values? First of all, I am getting Faisal, then Ravi, then Shweta, Sonali, and then Tom. What is the order? This is the sorted alphabetic order, guys. Faisal F, R, S, H, S, O, and Tom. This is what? This is the alphabetical order maintained in case of your tree map. So guys, if you really want to store or print or fetch your values, in what way? In the sorted order, you have to use what? Tree map in that case. Hmm? Understood? So we have checked this linked hash map also, and tree map also. What about the sets? Now, so sets are really another important identity, but let's talk about the sets in the case of Selenium only, because I'll be telling you the practical how to store the values in set. But for time being, understand lists are going to store what? All the values in the maintain the insertion order. Okay. Can store the duplicate values, can store the null values any number of times. This is list. Map is what? Map is storing the values in terms of the key value format. Null keys are not allowed in case of your tree map. Okay. Null key single is allowed in case of your hash map, but you can have multiple null values. Linked hash map is what? When you have to maintain the insertion order. Tree map is for what? When you have to maintain or print the what? Your alphabetic order or sorted order. It is coming from directly sorted map. In that case, you use map and the list. But what is set? So guys, set is another interface from where two classes are coming, three classes are coming: hash set, linked hash set, and tree set. I won't talk in deep about set today, but I'll just give you a general idea. Set is to store only the distinct values. No duplicacy is allowed. Nothing is allowed. As you can have duplicate values inside your list, you cannot have duplicate values inside your set. Is insertion order maintained inside the set? No. In hash set, insertion order is not maintained. But in case of a linked hash set, yes, insertion order is maintained. Then what about a tree set? Same thing. It is coming from the sorted set. So tree set, if you're using tree set, no duplicacy is allowed, first of all. and all your alphabetical orders will be maintained at the time of printing. Understood, guys? That's what your collection framework is. Hmm? I've majorly talked about multiple things about the collection frameworks, but we will deep dive more about all these collections in our Selenium major. Okay, but for time being, I know it's more than enough. Let us see one more slide. What is it? How to choose a proper collection? That which collection I have to implement. So let us understand if you have a key value pair. Okay, you have a key value pair. Come on the left side. Are your if you really want to have your list in ordered format, your key value is an ordered format. No, you don't want them in to be ordered format. Use hash map. But if you want them used to be in ordered format, do what? Check. If you want to maintain the insertion order, yes. If you want to maintain the insertion order, use the linked hash map. But if you really want to maintain what? Your sorted order, use tree map. Okay, left side is complete. How about you don't have key and value pair, only values are there. Then check whether your values are duplicate. If it is duplicate, I told what? Use the list. Okay? If you want to store and access the data, use the array list. If you want to really do some manipulations like deletion, modifications, use a linked list. Okay? But if you don't have the duplicate element, guys, I told you what? Set is the mechanism. But in that case, also check whether you want values to be stored in the ordered format. No, use hash set. But if you want to maintain the insertion order, do what? Use linked hash set. Otherwise, if you maintain the alphabetical order, use what? Tree set. Understood? So in this way, collection frameworks can be implemented. Okay, guys. Any questions still here? Hmm? Anything? Yes, no? So that was today all about your Java sessions. I've talked a lot about Java, multiple things I've covered. Each and everything that I have could cover, I have done for you. Fine, guys. Uh, Tomorrow, guys, we'll be keeping a break because I really want you to first of all cover all the assignments. I'll be giving you a couple of assignments more. Do that, complete that, and from next weekend, I really want you to come fresh. Fine, because in very fast way, or I just want to say we'll be completely moving on to the Selenium from the day one. Okay, because we have to implement the framework also. But first of all, for few sessions, 6, 7, 8 sessions, we really want to check uh, all the Selenium content. Okay, we want to understand the architecture, your entire everything, what are the methods we are having inside the Selenium, multiple things, because these are really important interview questions will be asked from you from the Selenium session. Okay, guys, so let's meet again in the next weekend session. I'll be giving you some assignments. Kindly do that. Practice Java, whatever you can do, because from the next weekend you won't get time for Java. I'll be completely occupying you with what? Selenium contents. Okay, guys. Fine. Fine, guys. Take care then. Thanks a lot, guys. Okay, thanks.